In recent years, deforestation has become a major issue in the world and especially in North America. In 2005, an estimated 56,000 hectares were deforested in Canada alone. Deforestation does not only cause a threat to the environment, it also harms and endangers the living animal populations on the earth. Deforestation has many effects on the Earth's environment. It causes climate change, it alters the planet's water cycle, it leads to soil erosion, and it reduces our quality of life. It's estimated that deforestation is directly responsible for around 20% of the world's current greenhouse gas emissions. Carbon dioxide is the biggest contributor to the greenhouse gases being released that cause more of the sun's heat to remain on Earth, which essentially leads to global warming. Trees and other plants absorb CO2 and release it as oxygen gas through the phenomenon known as photosynthesis. This explains why such a large amount of carbon dioxide are emitted through deforestation. For starters, when trees are cut down, they release the CO2 that was stored inside them. Although this technically isn't emission, deforestation causes there to be more carbon dioxide present in the air because there are less trees available to transform it into oxygen, which can lead to other problems as well. Altogether, it was estimated in 2012 that deforestation emits approximately 1.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide each year, a number which has surely increased since then. Deforestation has devastating effects on the Earth's water cycle as trees play an important role in it. When rain falls into forests, the trees absorb the water and then release parts of it in the form of water vapor to help balance the amounts of water on the land and in the atmosphere. As trees are cut down, this balance is disrupted, causing changes in precipitation and river flow. Trees also reduce the pollution in water, according to the North Carolina State University, by stopping polluted runoff. Without the trees, the polluted runoff would make its way into nearby bodies of water and pollute them. The loss of trees through deforestation also leads to soil erosion. Tree roots serve as an anchor for soil. They hold it together and don't allow it to be blown away or washed away. This means that without trees, there would be nothing holding the soil together, making it much easier for erosion to occur. Often, when logging companies cut down trees, they replant the area with new plants such as coffee, soy, and soybean. What they don't realize is that these plants actually make erosion even worse, since their roots can't hold onto the soil. Scientists estimate that 1/3 of the Earth's fertile soil has been lost due to erosion and other types of degradation since 1960, which shows how important trees really are. Finally, as a result of soil erosion, silt can enter lakes, streams, and other bodies of water. This evidently decreases the quality of the water, which can pose a great threat to the humans and animals that consume it, as it can lead to several health issues.
Other than the many environmental impacts, one of the most dangerous and unsettling effects of deforestation is the loss of animal and plant species due to their loss of habitat. Not only do we lose those known to us, but also those that we have yet to discover, which is arguably a much greater loss. According to National Geographic, 70% of the Earth's land animals and plants live in forests, and many cannot survive the deforestation that destroys their homes. Obviously, for most species, the trees of the forest provide them with shelter. However, for many of these species, these trees also serve as a canopy that regulates the temperature of their living environment. This is most common in rainforests. The removal of these trees through deforestation causes a more drastic temperature variation from day to night, much like a desert, which can be fatal for many of the current inhabitants. The animals living in these forests also become more accessible to hunters and poachers because they become more exposed, causing their numbers to dwindle and making some eventually go extinct. Taking into account all these different factors, it's currently estimated that the world is losing around 137 plant animal, and insect species every day as a result of deforestation. That means that there are currently around 50,000 species going extinct every year. The mountain gorilla is a perfect example of this problem. Listed as a critically endangered species, there are fewer than 1,000 of them remaining on Earth. Among several reasons, this is largely due to their loss of habitat, which is caused by deforestation, as people have cleared vast areas of the land in which they live in for agricultural uses and for holding livestock. Even the protected areas that these gorillas inhabit are not entirely safe. For instance, in 2004, illegal settlers cleared 3,700 acres of gorilla forest in Virunga National Park, which is located in the Democratic Republic of Congo and is home to a large number of these gorillas. In the end, even with all the consequences that have been explained, many companies still cut down trees today, since it can make them a lot of money. However, there are several groups of people who oppose this act, as it is clearly detrimental to our environment as well as to the populations of the Earth. These groups include eco-terrorists, who use means of aggression and violence to get their message across, and environmental activists, who prefer non-violent means such as protests and rallies.